Jeremiah chapter 4, verses 19 through 21. My anguish, I writhe in pain. O the walls of my heart is beating wildly. I cannot keep silent, for I hear the sound of the trumpet, the alarm of war. Crash follows hard on crash. The whole land is laid waste. Suddenly my tents are laid waste, my curtains in a moment. How long must I see the standard and hear the sound of the trumpet? You know, I like sport fishing. This began as a passion in my teen years as I would go fishing with my dad on the surf in New Jersey. And at that time, we fished for striped bass. In all my years of fishing, I've never landed that lunker, the trophy fish of a lifetime. I've seen others do it, but not me. Yet I've come close. One time while fishing at Cape Cod, at the Cape Cod Canal, I was casting a lure one morning and I had a striper hit my plug. The fish came up out of the water and pounced on the lure. The report of the fish taking the lure was so loud that people came down from the parking lot about 50 feet up above where we were fishing to see what had happened. Well, that fish was huge. It peeled off the line from the reel, sounding right to the bottom of the canal, I guess, and I guess it was there that the line rubbed on something, probably a rock, that cut it off, and I lost the fish. And honestly, losing that fish was emotionally discouraging. It was my one big chance, and I missed it. Now, it is sad that we can get so emotionally distraught over something so minor as catching a fish, when you consider the tragedy that goes on in the world that never seems to affect us one iota. In this passage of Jeremiah, we see that the heart of a prophet, upon hearing of the disaster that is to come upon Judah and Jerusalem, we see this heart of Jeremiah. Look at his words. My anguish, I writhe in pain. Oh, the walls of my heart is beating wildly. He was in anguish. The word anguish in the Hebrew refers to the internal organs, the place considered to be the seat of emotion and distress. What Jeremiah saw coming upon his homeland and his people emotionally hit him right in the gut. He was in severe distress. Jeremiah is called the weeping prophet for a reason. It broke his heart to know what would come upon this nation that he loved. Today we consider some of the most trivial things as heartbreaking. When we lose a job opportunity, a relationship goes south, a tree falls on a prized car, and so on, we often can be emotionally crushed. How minuscule are these things in comparison to the tragedy that Jeremiah saw on the horizon for that nation of Israel? Because of the nation's apostasy, it was coming. Yet, should we not be broken just as Jeremiah was in this day in which we live? Today, multitudes in our country and around the world are perishing without Christ. He is the only hope for people, and without him, they are doomed to eternal punishment. In church, we used to sing a song in the old days titled A Missionary Cry, and it went like this. 100,000 souls a day are passing one by one away in Christless guilt and gloom. The latest figure that I have heard is that today about 170,000 people die every day, and still the majority of these are without Christ. This is the thing that ought to bring us to tears like the prophet Jeremiah. Yet, unfortunately, most of us, myself included, are heartbroken over the most trivial things you can imagine. Oh, we'll be heartbroken over the possibility of our loved ones never coming to saving faith in Jesus. But if we are to have the heart of Jesus, if we're to have God's heart, should we not be heartbroken over the lostness of humanity?